but you got a big old Mexican right here. You don't even speak English, bro. What's wrong with you? They coming. Yeah, for me. For you. Ah, that's me. You got caught, bro. Where you from? Mexico? You from Mexico? You're going back to Mexico.
Parky.
No, you cannot drive, bro. You have not a license. You have no license. We're going back. We got the cops coming, bro. If you don't got a driver's license, you can't drive a vehicle. You know that, right? You know, if you don't have a license, you cannot drive a car in the United States. No, it's over. It's over.
An emboldened racist in South Carolina that's watched too many Tom Homan interviews decided to take his bigotry out on a couple of men driving to work.
Hey, El Chapo.
Ya valí madre, no sé, güey. Dice que la migra. Aquí en la Atlantic 20.
Don't be speaking that pig Latin in my country, bro. We speaking that pig Latin here. This is America. We speak English in America.
Ya me quitó la llave, me quitó todo, güey.
We speak English. English. ¿Habla English? No.
Dile.
Are you mad? You mad? You mad? You upset? This is my job. This is my truck. I own this country. No. They coming. The cops are coming. He doesn't even have a license. He doesn't have a license. I got his key. I got his key.
This is the America that Donald Trump promised a return to. One where ragtag pieces of like this guy feel like they have the right to harass and assault people based on their superiority complex, where their overwhelming ignorance, stupidity, and criminality is virtuous. The only problem is that this guy made his move before Trump's plan of controlling law enforcement kicks in, because Sean Michael Emmerich Johnson was arrested after turning himself in to the Sullivan's Island Police Department, and on Saturday, he appeared in court virtually while his family stood with him. Johnson is charged with felony kidnapping, impersonating a law enforcement officer, larceny, and third-degree assault and battery after that video of him promoting the principles of MAGA spread across the internet. His attorney claimed that he was extremely sorry for his actions before his family said that they know he has mental health and alcohol issues, and they want to help him receive the treatment he needs, asking the judge to grant him bond. He turned himself in, Your Honor, and I can guarantee he is not going to be a flight risk and he's not a danger to the community. So, of course, the judge saw past his domestic terrorism and granted him bond on the list of charges that he piled up in only a few minutes of making America great again. Just imagine if this guy was black or Latino, and their excuse for impersonating a federal officer while harassing and assaulting someone was that they're dealing with mental health issues and alcoholism. We treat them the same way that we treat people that Trump says are dangerous criminals that only understand punishment. So, to quote the president, think of it. They just catch and release these criminals. They release them all into our streets with no idea as to how or why more and more dangerous bigots like Sean Michael Emmerich Johnson keep popping up. But this is definitely one of the reasons.
Registered bounty hunters in Mississippi could get $1,000 for each successful deportation they facilitate. That's under the terms of House Bill 1484, which would create the, quote, Mississippi Illegal Alien Certified Bounty Hunter Program. A Mississippi District Attorney, Matthew Barton, proposed the bill, which was authored by Republican State Representative Justin Keene.
Well, this piece of legislation was brought about to fill a gap. We all have seen over the last 4 years kind of what the Biden administration has done to the ICE department. He's basically tried to shut it down to where it's non-functional. So House Bill 1484 was created to give us a neighborhood watch sort of gap for people that deal with criminals on a day-to-day basis. That's what bounty hunters, law enforcement, bails bondsmen do. So it's an information gathering to our higher up law enforcement community to then push that information to ICE, so they can then act on that information.
All Sean Michael was doing with his drunk ass, was being a good bounty hunter that works for his president's promise to get all those violent migrants out of the country. He was excited about the cops showing up, actually, because he was thoroughly convinced that what he was doing is exactly what Trump wants him to do.
As it does move forward, I did want to ask you, are there any maybe misconceptions that you feel that people have about this legislation or maybe the situation as a whole?
Well, I think the initial knee-jerk reaction for a lot of people is they see this and it says illegal alien bounty hunter program, and they just assume that people are going to run rampant and just start scooping up individuals and start hauling them off. If you look at how Tom Horman has gone through this process, it's very tactful. They're going after the worst of the worst. They have files and information on people with criminal backgrounds here in the States that aren't supposed to be here, or they also have a criminal background from the country in which they came from. So this is no different. We want licensed legal people to go through a vetted process and then specifically target those that should not be here, that are a detriment to our national safety, our neighborhoods, and our schools.
And like Tom Homan's vow to go after violent criminals first, the lines get really blurry really quickly. His agency almost immediately raided a restaurant in New Jersey and detained a veteran, refusing to believe that he has the right to exist in America. So why should anyone trust the extension of their ragtag band of racists fueled by the perceived power of MAGA's biased approach to mass deportation? And if you think Sean Michael Emmerich Johnson came up with all of his ignorance and unearned self-confidence on his own, you haven't been paying attention to how consistently violent and angry this trash movement has been working to radicalize people just like him.
I don't know what you tell the people that live at the southern border. I guess they better arm up and get guns and be ready, and maybe they're going to have to start taking matters into their own hands.
It's crazy what's going on. They're ruining our country, and it's true. They're destroying the blood of our country. That's what they're doing. They're destroying our country. They don't like it when I said that, and I never read Mein Kampf. They said, oh, Hitler said that in a much different way. A lot of people coming out of the Congo, not just South America, they're coming from 181 countries as of yesterday. Right, and we're a dumping ground. We're like a garbage can for the world. That's what's happened. That's what's happened to we're like a garbage can. First time I've ever said garbage can, but you know what? It's a very accurate description. People pouring in, and they can look at them and they can see trouble. They go trouble, 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 no trouble, trouble, trouble. They can look at them and they can see good or bad. They could be healthy, they could be very unhealthy. They could bring in disease that's going to catch on in our country, but they do bring in crime.
You can not help, but don't impede us, and do not knowingly harbor and conceal an illegal alien from ICE, because that is a felony.
And they're destroying the blood of our country. They're destroying the fabric of our country. And we're going to have to get them out. We're going to have to get mass numbers of these, especially the criminals. They're coming from jails, prisons. In Colorado, they're so brazen, they're taking over sections of the state. And, you know, getting them out will be a bloody story.